Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host, Superman, in the house, and of course, we're going to talk about PulseChain again today because we got Richard Hart X Storm right now, and that's a good sign. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be pretty epic. And of course, Richard Hart loves marketing promotion, and who else does? Well, the Crypto Night Show does. We like that too. And of course, we've been doing it for months after months now. And yeah, it's a very important. There's people out there think it's not important and it's important. Richard Hart thinks it's important. We think it's important. I know most of you think it's important. So that's kind of cool. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to go through some of his X posts on his X Storm and go through that. Also, will the PulseChain community? We've got different people out there doing different things: influencers, promoters, teams, community members, all that sort of stuff. We've had a few things go viral around iPads and stuff like that. But will the community step up? Will they go to the next level there and follow Richard Hart's lead, of course, and promote? We're going to talk about that. Obviously, Richard Hart's got all his iPads promotion and all the sponsors behind that, working hard with the volunteers, getting those iPads out to the community. Part of a massive promo that's going to run all the way through the end of the year, expecting about 1 million devices to go out. So that's also in play right now. And we've also got something like $25 million slushing around out there somewhere doing something. We also got the red notice, and maybe Richard's X Storm there is that something's really happening in that space. Something really is material, and Richard is feeling comfortable to start coming back before live streams. So there's a lot to take in. There's a lot to digest. But in any case, promote, market, and that's time. It's time. The trigger has been sent. The leader and the founder of PulseChain and Hex is putting the call out to the community, holding people to account, and rallying the troops. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Talk about all that. Hope you guys enjoy it. And ultimately, then we'll get green candles. It could be quite cool. And maybe a God mode candle is a reward. We will see. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, don't forget to share the show out on X. That is the link right there. And sharing is caring. Just takes a moment to hit the repost button. So let's just take a moment, 1 moment, and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repost. That's it. That's how it's done, folks. And definitely not only for the Crypto Night Show, get out there to shows that you watch out there as well, like Crypto the Paradise, RH Max shows, Fast Abdul shows. There's lots of people out there that are doing streams on either daily or regular basis. So get out there and repost them as well. Sharing is caring. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're going to have a quick update on Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, of course, his birthday today. And although he's passed on, he also got the Medal of Freedom for his birthday. So that was fantastic. We're going to quickly go through that too. So let's kick off with all that straight away and get into the chat as we say. So let's go for gold on there. Let's jump over to Donald Trump Jr. Shouting out happy birthday to Charlie Kirk, of course, who was assassinated recently, and says, we miss you indeed. What a great role model, and really had a heart for helping saving boys and men, and of course also looking to save America, and of course lead people back to God, back to Jesus, who has risen from the dead, who has risen from the cross. And so we just absolutely loved Charlie Kirk. He did an amazing job there, hitting people back to the truth. So very, very exciting there with Charlie Kirk. So he got a little Medal of Freedom. So we're going to go through that quickly. So let's bring up the video before we get into all the crypto stuff. And let's bring up this video here. This is him at the White House. Erica Kirk, his wife, accepting the Medal of Freedom today. So it was absolutely, truly wonderful moment.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is awarded to Charles James Kirk. Accepting on behalf of Charlie is his wife, Mrs. Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk was one of the most influential American political figures of his generation. At just 18 years old, he founded Turning Point USA and grew it into the largest conservative youth organization in the nation. For over a decade, he tirelessly traveled the country, leading a movement to restore respect for our founding principles, reawaken our national identity, and inspire a renewed spirit of religious devotion. He was one of the great debaters and communicators of his time. Despite receiving repeated threats, he remained undeterred and modeled courage, logic, humor, and grace to the next generation. On September 10th, 2025, at age 31, Charlie Kirk was assassinated while addressing a group of students. The United States honors him as a martyr for truth and freedom.
So there we go. So a huge honor for Charlie Kirk, and I understand it's the highest civilian honor in the United States. So a fantastic and just amazing. What an incredible human being Charlie Kirk was. The nicest guy, and really trying to lead people back to truth, and definitely did a huge role for the young people in the United States. So awesome stuff there. Let's get into the crypto side of the show, and we're going to kick on into Richard Hart's posts, because we've got a lot to talk about, and I really want to get your comments in the chat there, what you think about each of these posts. So everyone's a human being, everyone has free will, everyone has an opinion, so get them in the chat there as well. So Richard Hart posted this out. He said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world," and of course Charlie Kirk was a fantastic example of that. No, seriously, I never understood how rich people, business people, wouldn't do the same things for the coins they bought that they did for the business to get the money to buy the coins. If you put $1 million into your business, wouldn't you spend a little on marketing? Why wouldn't it be any different for a coin? Who do you think built all these businesses around Bitcoin, Ethereum that helped them on-ramp millions of users? Magic people from La La Land? If you don't put in the same work in marketing, and this is the main thrust here of the story, and in the business processes that other coins are doing, why would you get the same results they are? Hope is not a strategy. Hard work is. Hell, Satoshi stopped posting 14 years ago, but people that cared kept working and working. Even if the software barely ever added a single feature at all, people still did what they could around the dinosaur to get it bought. So ask yourself, who's working harder, the people and the coins you want to beat, or yourself? Shout out to the volunteers and those that are actually are doing the best they can. You are few and far between, so you can decide who that is. We got NB4. Sir, I have expectations, they're not being met. Cry, dry your tears, and try cold calling or knocking on doors. And this is actually, even though depending on where you are, this might actually still be quite effective, even in the modern times. Think about the effort that got you to read this post in the first place. Someone got you here somehow. This is what decentralized open source software and self-reliance looks like. You are your own rescuer. You've got software in your hands that does things Bitcoin could never possibly do in 15 years. It just needs people to know it exists. So everyone in the community, it doesn't matter who you are, gets to spread the word around PulseChain and Hex. So it's really just saying, tell your friends, tell your families, tell their friends and families. The opportunity is all yours. TLDR, lots of successful business people buy a coin and do nothing, do none of these things they did for their business, for their coin. Even people that made millions completely silent, not a new user referred. Sir, I can't excuse if you could type time wasting excuses here. You could have posted outreach somewhere useful in the same time. In other words, get out there and do some action, whether it's online or in the physical world. So that there is from Richard Hart. So that is one of the first posts there that is getting out around about getting out and being active, getting the promotions out, things like that. Then 19 hours ago, he posted this out, a few promotional tips. Nearly everywhere in life, people prefer to pay less rather than more of the same thing. But in crypto, people actually prefer to pay more. And it seems to be true. People like, when things are cheap, there's no confidence in there. But when things are going up, everyone jumps on. Nearly everything in life, people prefer to pay less rather than more of the same thing. But in crypto, people actually prefer to pay more. Google searches, news, referrals, App Store rank for exchange apps all go up in price, goes up and opportunity down. If your job is to explain to people that buying something cheaper has more opportunity than paying more for the same thing, you could do mental gymnastics and cherry pick to find times where paying more worked out. But in general, people understand the value of paying less for most things, just not for coins for some reason. Call it recency bias or hot hand fallacy or whatever. You could also frame things as everything in crypto dips, but you'll find it easier to hold through drawdowns if what you've bought feels like it's better for the world and not just another token with a stupid new name and stupid logo. And there are lots of those, right? Lots of those. We're probably going to see 98% of pump tire probably like that, right? Probably there'll be stupid name coins on pump.tires now, lol. That's what he said. But you get the idea. When you've got innovative, useful coins, it feels better to hold them than it does to hold a stupid Incarnate. So obviously Incarnate was launched yesterday, but just on the meme theme. But then you have the contrast, right? So we covered this yesterday, innovative new coins. Well, we saw pump tires, which is Peacock, right? So Peacock is now a meme-fi, right? So it's DeFi buying. It's got a perpetual buyer behind it now with Liberty Swap and all the fees they make for bridges and swaps and other things. And so that's made that more of a long-lasting kind of token compared to just the average, pump tires, which is just generally just a speculative one-day pump or something like that. Just because Richard chose a word and then one goes and launch the pump tires on it, and it does well for like 24, 48 hours at max. It's kind of the thing. Sometimes only only does well for maybe an hour, or not even that. Sometimes it's just a pretty crazy place. You've got lower inflation, faster block times, better reliability, better for the environment. You've got a whole world of benefits and features available. Also, anyone truly new hasn't convinced themselves that they know what a good and a bad chart looks like. It takes years to delude yourself into that. Feel free to post your tips and tricks and benefits and features you like below. Now, obviously, talking about the blockchain and the environment there, talking about pump tires, good and bad. Talking about getting out there and actually putting some marketing promotion behind things. But of course, I've been saying this yesterday that we need more quality projects. Things that are more blue chip oriented, that people can actually invest in longer term with a bit more confidence, and also that other people would want to come into. And so we were really excited about some of the things that have happened recently in recent months. Think about all the bridges that we've had launch, ramp now. You can't really invest in that, but Liberty Swap with Peacock can sort of kind of indirectly invest in Liberty Swap through Peacock now. You got Vouch, which is the biggest validator, and that's something you can invest in too, because they're constantly reinvesting that Pulse back into the Vouch system. So we're getting more blue chip type of investments, which are more sustainable and have a chance of pushing the price up over time. So this is really positive, and we need more and more of that. Pump tires will always have its role. It's kind of the casino side of tokens on the chain, with the relative security of the pump tires setup. And of course, a lot of value does get captured by the pump tires itself that may or may not be used elsewhere in the system. So we do have a bit of that going on as well. But we do need more and more quality DeFi, meme fies and other things on the chain, and we're starting to see that. So that's kind of a good sign of maturity in the Pulse chain. And so that's kind of where we are. And so if you've got good maturity, you can start promoting that a lot easier, right? Which is the case, as well as of course the Richard Hart core coins, PulseX, Hex, and Incentive Token. So we got a few more comments about that. So yeah, keep building. It's stupid. I have a better idea. Keep promoting. Now he's not saying that building stuff it's just stupid, but he's saying it's really time to start promoting. Really, start time to promoting. Now we got lots of cool devs. They're building a lot of important projects, and these are really important because they're you got to have good things that people want to come to promote. So really, what he's saying is, now is time. Time is now to promote. Obviously, people can build good stuff, but there will always be bad, stupid stuff. So promoting is kind of the key thing there. As long as what you're promoting is good and wholesome, and that's what he's saying. So as long as what you're promoting is good as wholesome, so obviously good devs make good projects, then you can promote those. And crypto, it doesn't mean that everything survives. A good idea might be a good idea to you, but maybe it's not that good to the consumer market. So that might not be a good idea. But a lot of ideas are generally good if you like them. They're generally going to be probably popular with somebody. In crypto, the vast majority of what is built is scams and things that lose people's money. And we have seen a few good examples of that recently with some honeypots and with some AI websites that look like legit projects but are not. So people have to definitely be a lot more careful now. Usually built by the wrong people for the wrong reasons and with all the kind of lies attached. Bitcoin kept promoting without adding barely a useful feature in 15 years. As long as what you're promoting is good and wholesome, keep promoting. So there we go. That's from Richard there. He says, I've also explained in other threads that when you buy some BS stuff, the person that sold you the BS stuff then sells the coins that you were holding and leaves. So whereas you were happy to hodl and they were happy to scam and leave, it's not full price when you don't buy scams. So there's I think a few other variations on that theme as well. I'm not going to talk about that now, but I will be talking about to some people about some stuff like that. We got 19 hours ago. I invented a new word, intonate, and of course, some pump tires. They go and launch that immediately. Where you take any recent idea and make it a coin. Some do this on pump tires. I think memes have proven mental traction, which is where the word meme comes from. Self-replicating idea like a gene to genetics. He says, I coined a new term. That's what he said there. So a few little things there, but then he's got some more. So 9 hours ago, it's got a comment around here. Let me just post this. 9 hours ago, I keep hearing, and of course, this is true. So this is true. I keep hearing that green candles are the best marketing. Now, green candles are the best marketing, but you still got to tell people about them. You know what I mean? Like they're a catalyst for best marketing. But they need to be sustained, right? So you either have a God mode candle and then it holds up relatively well, then you start getting some parabolics. That's what we're talking about. The 13 parabolics that Hex had, for example. People started hearing about that and couldn't believe their eyes, and all FOMO in as we go to the top. I keep hearing about green candles are the best marketing. Actually, marketing is the best marketing. Well, that's absolutely true. So marketing is the best marketing. And as you guys know, we've been a big proponent of marketing and promotion on the Crypto Night Show. And we've been doing it for months and months and months. We set up a special promotional team to do that, to help small, medium teams in particular, but some large teams as well, get promoted on PulseChain. And it's been very, very effective, I think. So it's something people have to do. Now, the other thing, of course, we also do research. We do market research every week for the Crypto Night Show. And so we have a very good understanding of the PulseChain community, unlike nobody else has. So nobody else has that. And we know who's promoting, who's not promoting. We know who's awake, who's not awake. We know how active the community is, not active. So we have a lot of insights into that. So I can definitely understand the reasoning behind Richard Hart, because I think still, the PulseChain community, as big as it is still largely still asleep. And people have got lives to live and they do different things. But I think we've only got a fraction of the potential marketing operating at the moment that we could have. So I think Rich is really onto something here, and we're big supporters of this idea. So very important. So marketing is the best marketing, and get out and promote. Start today. That's the idea. Everybody. That's not just people on YouTube or on X or whatever. It's everybody can go and do it. So if you're holding a bit of Hex, go out and promote Hex. That's sort of the idea. tell your friends, do a pamphlet drop down your local street or something. There's lots of different ways you can do this. I've already said this before, but you all don't read so good. So I guess I'll repeat myself, says Richard. You'll see those green things. Those are green candles. Did you see an influx of new users? No. What you saw was you guys clicking sell. You all love the sell button, but you don't take any responsibility for clicking red instead of green. You cry and moan. I also remember when some of these candles were just a few addresses bridging in 20 million and just a market buying PulseX, Hex, and incentive token. And what was the end result of that? More crying, more moaning, not so much marketing. So if you guys remember back in the day, the big money that was coming in, pumping the chain early on in 2023 in particular. And what was the end of the result of that? More crying. So more moaning and not much marketing. So when it comes to a bunch of idiots, you barely speak English, chanting, buy my bags, pump the chain, make green candles, sir, or like actually measuring the result of what they beg for, I'm going to rely on my brain and suggest you do too. Thanks, he says. The chain is great. Tons of supply has been burnt. It only needs marketing. And if you all could keep your tiny little fingers off the red button for a few minutes, that's easier. Now, we saw a video at the beginning of the year of Richard Hart with the black background that I just showed you. Well, I'm going to show you later on with the old gold mode candle. And he sort of said, you guys are the sell pressure. So he's like saying, well, if everyone keeps selling all the time, then you're not going to have the chain go up very easily, right? Even if he comes along and he's done all these things to set up PulseChain to go to the upside with thinner liquidity, etc. But people keep selling into that thinner liquidity, making it even thinner, and the prices have gone down. So he's sort of like saying, well, everyone stopped selling, on generally, and we might be able to start going up. So that's kind of the idea, and go out and promote and market, which is the community is still relatively asleep, and so it needs to get up and wake up and get out there. Now, we've seen a few little blues clues. Obviously, we've seen some good DeFi products come on to the market over the last couple of months, really opening up the liquidity pools and the bridges and making onboarding easy, which are all fundamentals before you really want to get out and market. But I think he's kind of saying, well, the chain's pretty much at the point where you can go out and market now. So we've still got pretty much got all the infrastructure we need, and it's ready to go. And of course, recently we saw 3 big updates from him around the Block Explorer, GoPulse, and of course the bridge, and as well as of all the other bridging setups that we've had, like from Ramp now through to Liberty Swap, through to Hyperlane. And so we're ready to go there. Now, there's obviously still a bit more work to do that on those before the end of the year, but really marketing can ramp up. And of course, we've seen over, in the last month, the iPad promotions start ramping up. So he's really telling us time is now. He can see the market cycle as well. We've got interest rate cuts. And Richard's very bullish about all that. So the timing is aligned for marketing and promotion, and for the community to really wake up, get out there and do whatever you can. Like I say, it could be just something online. It could be something in the physical world. And there's lots of different ways and means you can do that. Every person that you bring on is another person. So if we have 20,000 people, bring on one person each, that's 20,000 more people, right? So it's the basic idea. It only needs marketing, and if you could all keep your little tiny fingers off the red button in a few minutes, it's easier, right? So very important. Now, one thing I would say with that is, obviously, I've been talking about, we need better quality products, generally speaking, and some of our best ideas that people haven't valued them very well, right? So they're not valued very well because people saw a lot of degens. Now, degens always going to be around. Meme coins going to be going around. The casinos are going to be around, but actually, we want to drive more people into more quality projects over time. So we want to shift that percentage, let's say, of degen casino type projects into investable type of projects over time, right? So we're always going to have a spread of risk and return, but we want to get more and more of that good stuff to value the chain up most over time, because that's really what's going to value the chain up more and more as we move forward. Richard said, if a giant green candle pops up in the woods and no one sees it, does it make a sound? So, Richard did also in his video at the beginning of the year did talk about, God mode candles, and we've got a little bit of that now. So let's play that video, which I have played several times before.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
So, we might see one of those happen, but Richard wants the community to start getting out there marketing and bringing on new people, right? So to make all these, things more sustainable. So if there is, gold mode candle comes, he wants people to get out there and promote and bring new people, and so it becomes more sustainable. So that's very important there. Richard Hart said, but sir, what if the green candles went over the perceived SAC value? It's like some of you all are immune to reality or don't know how to read. I just don't know. So there we go. Got the picture of the pulse chart there, and we're down at quadruple 0.30-100 there on the chart. So it's just down, 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 down. There's a lot of work to be done there. So yeah, he's been responding to a lot of people as well. People have really found that exciting. And Trade here says, some honesty, don't block me, bruh. We can't make a chain that looks this down. People do not buy red candles, they buy green ones. So that's kind of the basic idea there. He says Bitcoin and ETH have both been down 95%. It was hard to sell them when they were down that much too. It's kind of an audience test. Whatever coins break through the noise or just don't go away, eventually get rewarded there. So that is from Richard. So that was a big post there from him 9 hours ago. And let's jump back out of there, and we're going to hopefully scroll back to the top here. So let's go up the top here. So it's around green candles. 8 hours ago, he says, so, sir, we just want to learn. Why don't you teach us, sir? Why don't you just do more, sir? Stop being hard on us, sir. Sir, do the needful. I love this stuff. That's great. maybe you're all are new here. I do the same or more that I've done, always done, except stream more on my 150k sub YouTube channel after 8 years. The last post 5 months ago got a pitiful 34,000 views. So you can really, truly quit trying to smack talk me because you are a red button enthusiast. Back to the red selling again. It's real funny when the sell pressure cries at the guys holding instead of selling. Get hit and get blocked. That is from Richard there. I would get more views reviewing keyboards. Literally, it's funny to me when people are like, "You get more views if you were more consistently streaming." Oh yeah, explain why almost no vids even got 100,000 views in 8 years. I'll take real marketing over 150k sub channel any day. So there we go. All right, so that is from Richard there, and that was 8 hours ago. Let me just scroll to the top here. I'm just trying to get this. I haven't read this right, so I'm just reading it first time, and I like doing that sometimes. So that's why I do these things. Sorry, so many of you. Sorry to the so many of you that are just awesome. Now, as you guys know, we do research every week on PulseChain, and so we know who's consistent. We know who's doing regular stuff. We know who's doing good stuff and all the rest of it. So we have a pretty good idea at the Crypto Night Show. But it's nice to see Richard also knows who those are, because he's watching people, and he goes, sorry to the so many of you that are just awesome, but the quite a few that suck need educated occasionally. Occasionally, I prefer they go away than continue to hear their shrill whines. Every stupid comment in my thread could have been useful outreach somewhere else. To those of you that are kick ass, thanks for kicking ass. So that was pretty nice. I like that post. So that is kind of cool. And so you've got some, a lot of influences in the thread there. Let's scroll into the next one. 8 hours ago, you really do have to regret promoting a wallet that now shills margin trading and gambling and chains you don't prefer. Everyone you retired. I guess he's talking about Pulse Wallet. I guess that's we're talking about Pulse Wallet there. They have I was hyper something in there, hyper liquid, I think it is. Now, what else we got? 6 hours ago, I'll be back. No, sorry. Hey kids, some of your valuable and important and always intelligent messages will be responded to in this thread. So try to be less retarded than normal. You might actually get some response directly. Maybe X will even boost you because someone with a high follow account responded to you. So there we go. And I'll be back in a couple of hours for more enrichment engagement. I'm learning so much. Back and ready for more education. So dudes, finding combos, hidden almost 20 different threads, and having to recheck occasionally is unbearable. Is there anything else you want to talk about that don't start with inter or something like that? Once again, as soon as you're actually able to reach whoever has the native coins over the fork, they'll nuke you and spit on you there from Richard. Now, Richard looks like he's responding to quite a few comments in this one. So we've got Gerardo here, who's been building a lot of developments. Had the big Mint NFT marketplace with a big sacrifice, 11 million. He's been building a lot of other sites out there. Might benefit from more Q&A FAQs. AI searches eat them up. Schema markup too, not already done. I agree with that totally, says Richard. So we got a positive affirmation there. Fast Abdul says, so I noticed you have been doing a bit of blockchain lately. Any chances of an amnesty period, if for no other reason than to get B Roots to talk about something else, perhaps? Nah, he posted demoralizing garbage in the thread, and it's not forgivable. So there we go. Whoa. So there we go. We got, how do you like my new rims? Pretty sweet, actually. And the part that would get curbed is black, so stands out less. I approve. So there we go. That is from Richard there. Corey Costa, of course, who's been a little bit upset about where things are at in the market. He says, "Hi, Richard. First and foremost, thank you for responding to your community. I want to be honest. You used to say the best form of marketing is green candles. What made the change? It's very hard to market good technology when there are three major problems that scare investors off. The first, price action. Obviously, bad price action is near ubiquitous throughout cryptocurrency. The core coins have gone down in value exponentially over the years, and the only time they had major price increases was twice. Once at launch and the second early last year. Secondly, you have many projects on PulseChain that have promised so much and delivered so little. I've interviewed so many of them, and I must say I'm disappointed in many products that I've tried to give a voice to on the chain. Three, you and I can, like decentralization is the harbinger of onboarding, but it isn't. It's not 2017 anymore. Human beings crave hierarchy. Almost every successful blockchain, some type of centralized figure at the head. We need you back, Richard. I'm not saying you've been gone, and the tablets are a good start to your return, but communities crave a visible leader. Obviously, you couldn't be as visible in the past for specific reasons, but I hope that time has passed. I still care about this chain. I do. And I'm just showing you what I see. Good to see you replying to us. I hope you're happy and in good health. Now, Richard responded here. Bitcoin, I think there's the one here. Yeah, Bitcoin ain't going. Bitcoin ain't got no figurehead and mascot things that I guess mascot. I'm not quite sure what that word. MSOT. Let me know in the chat there if you know what that means. Things that are successful in crypto don't either. You think new Coinbase users know a board guy co-founded it? They couldn't give less. Your thoughts on hero worship aren't what the chain needs, and what it needs is just normal, basic ass marketing. And even if your hero worship was true, here I am, so you can stop being a crying kid pretending that I'm not. So there we go. So that is that's pretty interesting interactions there. And yeah, so we got there was any more. I don't know if there's any more on that one, but we had a couple other comments. Oh, we got more comments on that. I think maybe we have. I see. What's this? Is this the same one? I think it is. Yeah. So it's multiple responses there from Richard. I see you're crying about me not being here in single more. I'm leaving your ass blocked. Now this cry fagging ended up. Someone launched a pump tires on this token, so we'll look at that later on. But every time Richard makes up a new sort of phrase in the last 2 days, been launching pump tires, which is the DJing casino part of PulseChain. And we got some funny responses from there. All right, so what else we got there? We got do yourself a favor, go look up the chart of the president's coin. Imagine you had bought that and crying and whining you'd be doing. It wouldn't be crazy. What else we got there? Green candles that people see. You can't change the past, so stop crying about it. Price action, a word no crypto person has ever uttered. You are misrepresenting the crap out of the chart. Even after I posted it with the pumps measured in time and amplitude, guess why you don't see me mentioning most things that launch on Pulse, buddy? The same reason you don't see me mentioning most things that launch anywhere else either. They usually suck. So now that you see you don't like the chart and you don't like the project. Okay, useful how? And that's from Richard there. So we've got popcorn eaters there, enjoying the journey. I think that was it out of that conversation. But that is Richard replying to some of the people. I'm not sure who else. There's been quite a lot of people been replying to in the chat there. I'm not going to go through all those. Just want to go through the key ones, but there's lots more stuff that you can go and see his responses to, and that would be quite cool. We maybe we'll come back to that at the end, maybe, and we can have a check of that. So I think that was that the last one. Just going to make sure I'm in the right spot here. Yeah, so we got to that one, and then this wasn't here. It was here an hour ago, and that was also in response to that. So dudes, I mean, look here. I think this was the last one. Hey kids, some of your value and important, always intelligent messages will respond to in the thread, so try to be less retarded. I think we got to that point. And then did I get to the last one? Oh, maybe I have read all those points. Yeah, I have, because I put little hearts on them, which is helping me get go the right direction. John Sachs says, I have $100 million dollar offer for you, not from me, but I'm a liaison, real value, no BS. Also, I know how to do automatic marketing for Hex with 100% conversion rate on capital expenditure. My other post didn't get a reply from you. I'm excited to hear a response. Love leading with the headline. Great marketing tactic, but you might as well throw some content in your pitch under the headline. Less buzzwords, more stuff that sounds real. Yeah, that's true. So lots of different comments in here. So that is Richard. I'm just going quickly through some of these. Boy, he's really been responding a lot. This is almost like a live stream, isn't it? And it's almost like a live stream without the visuals. Yeah, so man, he's really been going all guns in that thread. Look at that. So he really has been responding quite a bit. You can check out a lot of those. So that's from Richard Hart. So yeah, an X Storm today. Great to see. And yeah, I guess the key message there is get out and promote and market. So if you're out there in the community and you're just sitting back waiting for everybody else to do it, maybe it's time for you to get out and do something too. And imagine that community with potentially a couple 100,000 people on it. People used to often use 150,000, whatever it is, and there's a lot, all right, and a lot of them are asleep, relatively speaking, and everybody can get out, and you can go tell somebody else that in another community to get out and go marketing. They can tell someone else, and before you know it, you've got an absolute wave of promoters and marketers, and then ultimately, maybe everyone gets one person on. 100,000 people get another 100,000 people on, it's game on. It really starts to take off. And I guess that's where Richard's getting to with the message about marketing and promotion, and also not selling all the time, not dumping down, and maybe just getting into good products, some of the good products like Richard Hart Cores and a few others, blue chips as I might call them, and just onboarding people onto those, and you create more and more long-term sustainable value there. Eddie in the house says, for us holders of RH assets through thick and thin, are really in for a nice ride to the moon. Woohoo, says Eddie. Nice. I agree with you on that one. Then we got Diamond Hand says, W. I guess you mean win? Is that win? Does that mean win? I think it is. Great to have everybody in house. Don't forget to share the show out on Next. And we had a really good X Storm from Richard Hart. And of course, as you guys know, I've been talking about promotion and marketing, and it's very important, not just for I think for anything that has a generally good idea and is generally a good, ethically run project, that's really cool. Now, obviously, there's plenty of projects out there that aren't like that, but picking off the right ones is always important. And we do have had a lot of good value added to PulseChain with good developers. So I'm thinking of projects, and it doesn't necessarily mean they get the exposure and the takeoff that they deserve. But we've had lots of good DeFi stuff around lending, peer-to-peer lending, leverage platforms, all sorts of things that offer people different opportunities. And there are different parts of the market, right? That is a reality. There's a different risk return part of the market, and I think they should all reasonably be catered for to bring on the maximum amount of people. And of course, promoting is very, very cool. All right, so that's kind of the play there right now. Let's jump away into the stock market quickly, just before we get into PulseChain. But the S&P 500 drops as Trump warns China of cooking oil bans. So now we've gone from rare earths to cooking oil and soya beans. So we've got the Dow Jones at the moment is up almost 0.5%, 200 points, 46,270. So the industrials still moving ahead. However, the S&P 500 down 0.16%, 10 points to 6,644. Nasdaq down 0.75%, 173 points to 22,500. So just a little bit of taking off the tech stocks there. Trump, of course, threatens China with cooking oil ban for not buying U.S. soybeans. Trump said he was thinking about terminating business with China related to cooking oil as Beijing refused to buy soybeans. So China trying to take the shine a little bit off the old Trump momentum at the moment. I believe that China purposely not buying our soybeans, and of course, and causing difficulty for our soybean farmers. And of course, he says it's a hostile act there. President said he believes the US can easily produce cooking oil ourselves. We don't need to purchase it from China. And so that is some of the issues there as well. Of course, talking about doing 100% tariffs on China after the rare earths, which apparently takes effect on 1st November. We'll see what happens in that space there from the Chinese. All right, that is the highlights there. Let's go to the commodities. West Texas oil, $58.72, pretty much flat. Brent oil down 1.6% at $62.28. We got gold at 4,182, up 0.5%, so gold looking hot. Silver looking really hot too, $50.88, was down a little bit overnight. And then we've got US soybeans there, pretty flat at $1,000 there as well. I don't know if that's a ton, $1,000 a ton or something, but that is where it is at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's jump over to the crypto markets, and we're going to zoom in on the big page there and have a look at where we're at. So we got the market cap at 3.96 trillion on crypto, down 2.4%. We got 19,270 coins on CoinGecko. We got Bitcoin at the moment at $113,400, down 1.8%. We got Ethereum at $4,138, down 2.5% right now. BNB at number 4 is down 5.8% at $1,219. We got XRP at number 5 is down 3.9% at $2.50. Solana at the moment is down 2.4% at $203. Number 9 is Dogecoin, is down 4.4% at 20 cents, almost 20.5 cents there. And Tron at number 10 is down 1.9%, just below 32 cents. That is where we are on the leaders. To get in the top 10 is $30 billion. $30 billion market cap being in the top 10 there. Let's jump into the best performer overnight. Well, it does look like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is only down 1.7%. Best performer over last week, while BNB was holding up real strong, wasn't it? But even that is negative now. But the best performer over last week is Bitcoin again, if it looks at it. Yeah, Bitcoin. Yeah, Tron actually. Tron is only down 6.3%, so slightly beating out Bitcoin there. In the top 10. Top 100. We've still got Chain Opera AI, still number 1 there, sitting at number 72 spot, up 220% for the week, 60% today, so that's still looking hot. We've got Zcash is at number 43. That is the second best performer, up 84%. But Tensor Tau, number 41, is up 38%. Pax Gold on the, obviously gold rallying, is up 4.1%. And then we've got Tether Gold as well, number 5, up at 3.9%. So some of the crypto golds following the gold price up into the top 5 performers in the top 100. Top gainers of 1,000, we've got Yi Finance, we've got Blockchain and Chain Opera AI. So we've seen those other two. We've even looked at Yi Finance in the past. We'll have a quick look at that one though. In the top 1,000, sitting at number 622, up 230%. And it has only been around since 15th of October. So I thought we'd actually seen this one. It must be brand new then. It's a familiar name with something else. 622, so we're brand new. I'm not sure what chain it is, so let me know if you guys know that red sign there. But let's have a look, see whether we get a Blues Clues. You finance them. Multi-chain DeFi as it should be. Lend, trade, and bridge across any chain. And you can launch the app there. Just having a quick look through some of the highlights. So access superior yields. It's already apparently got $228 million available. Borrowed $176 million, so a pretty big profile out of the gates. I'm not sure what the breakup of that is, so you obviously have to find out. But that's still ranked pretty high. That's the website, so pretty standard kind of a website here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. C-Chain, it's on Say-Chain, SEI. There we go. It's also got Circle native USDC is now live on Say via Circle. So there we go. All right, maybe a stablecoin supporter there, but it looks pretty good straight out of the gates. 72 million market cap right now. That's pretty much it. So trending is Mantra, Yay Finance, and Open Campus is trending as well. I'm not sure what Open Campus is. Let's quick look at that too. It is on a BNB chain. Let's have a look at that. Education starts with EDU. On Open Campus is building a blockchain-powered financial layer for education with accessible student finance, trusted credentials. Okay, interesting. Seems a very American type of thing, but that is on BNB chain. $89 million market cap there, sitting at number 551. So that is kind of the crypto markets right now. Let's jump over to the strategic ETH reserve. Not really any changes since yesterday. We did already cover the Bitmine immersion, buying another 200,000 Ethereum over the previous week and disclosed on the 11th. Currently almost 6 million ETH now in the strategic ETH reserve, 4.9% of supply. And Bitmine immersion there is over 3 million. That means they've got to buy just under another 3 million to get to their 6 million coins. SharpLink's got a lot to work to do because they've got to buy over 5 million coins to get to their 5%, both of them after a sovereign put, as they call it, from Tom Lee, which is getting 5% of the market. We haven't seen a lot of buying from some of these other ones lately, so they've definitely slowed down. But I imagine that they're all trying to, get their capital in play. So we'll keep a lookout for those. Could see suddenly a really big, fast round of buying leading into the end of the year, which was what we're expecting, right? So we're expecting a big run into the end of the year, all things equal, right? Assuming no more, too many dramas out there. All right, that is the play. Let's jump over into PulseChain. Before we do that, don't forget to get in the chat there as well. Say hello as well. That's pretty important. So let's get into the top here. We're going to go Pulse. PulseChain, holding up not too bad. At least definitely. It's so-so. It's so-so. Still down a little bit from our little mini pump that we had, little relief rally. But not too bad. Day 886 since PulseChain launched on the 30th of May 2023, and it is 3 months plus a week since we defeated the SEC via Richard Hart, of course. Since the royal we, as we say, the royal we. So pretty cool. And we've got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0317, down 4%, 32% of the mean sacrifice price right now. We've got PulseX right now, quadruple 0213, down 5%. We've got Ink Token there, down 3.6%. And we've got Hex at the moment down 1.5%. So Hex actually not too bad today, best performer. Total buy and burn on PulseX, as Richard mentioned in one of his posts, is 7.9%. So, he says that's been going well. We just need people to get out, promote, and start buying stuff at low prices. That's it. Instead of everyone dumping on low prices, buy it below prices. That's kind of what Richard's been saying, and that's what we've been saying for a long time. Just keep accumulating. Now, obviously, it's taken a lot longer than people thought, but it has been 3 months now, 1 week since the SEC was defeated, and it's time to rock and roll. And also during that time, we've had a number of incredible DeFi bridging and swapping set up on PulseChain to make capital flow and access to liquidity on other chains very, very easy now. So time to get out and promote. That is the message from Richard Hart. All right, let's jump over to the gas prices. We've got 2.4 million beats right now, 3 cents for a PulseX swap. What else? We've got the validators right now, 53,200 validators. That's pretty steady the last 4 days. And the bridge right now, let's look at the values there, 108 million. So we're down from 110 million or so, 110.2 I think it was yesterday, or 110.4, one of those two. And so, we have seen a bounce in the ETH over the last week, but we are down on the DAI, the USDC, and the Tether based on our reporting a week ago. So we're sitting at 108 million right now. EHEX, of course, was kind of holding, and it flips around a little bit with ETH. That's kind of the play. Now, let's talk about DeFi stables on PulseChain. We do have liquidity forks. We've got, 4 of the, there's about 35, maybe 40 liquidity forks, somewhere in that ballpark. And we've got, I think 4 out of the top 10, out of them. So we've got USDL, PXDC, HexDC, and Ink Printer. And they're based on the Richard Hart cores, right? So these are Richard Hart core quote tokens, PulseX, and Ink and Hex to be collateral. And they've offered us an amount of stable coins. Now, the one thing about these is that a lot of the coins end up stuck on the platforms. They're not really circulating, and we want that circulation. And so, Coast does that to some degree, but that has reached, it's definitely been a huge contribution. And of course, it's direct on ramp from fiat to PulseChain. It's got $11 million in there right now. But we do need a decentralized algorithmic stablecoin. So we're on the hunt for that. Now, I have been made aware that we've got another team that's looking to try and do a solution around decentralized stablecoin. But of course, we've also got PUSD ALGO out there, which is from Jacob, and we're excited about where that will go. We did get some news 2 days ago from the Oracle provider Signum, which is led by the Tetra developer Stu. Now, this has taken way longer than anyone could possibly imagine, but Stu is working diligently through to get it live. So even though it's taken a lot longer, and we must say a lot longer, but this is true for quite a few projects, right? So I guess we can't be too hard on that, but it's certainly taken a while. But he's getting there. He's getting there, and we are getting a really good update on that. So I'm going to read the update. This was back on the 13th, so it's about 2 days old, but it was a pretty significant update, and I think it shows you that it is getting pretty close now based on this update. So Stu said, progress update from the last main message. So number one, there's been a reintegration of the refactored Stratus code and UI elements into the platform. Now we know that the back end of it, the brains of it had already been finished. It was really the front end getting all the UI, because apparently it's a pretty complex system. It's not going to be a Web3, right? It's going to be downloadable, and it's going to allow you as a general user to interact with the blockchain. And you won't have to be a smart dev, so to speak. I'm sure there'll still be a bit of a role with logic, but apart from that, it's going to be pretty groundbreaking for PulseChain with the Tetra once it launches. So reintegration of the refactored Stratus code and UI elements into the full platform complete. So that is completed, and that was one of the things that was going to be updated. Number two, the website update with refreshed site pages and an easy download portable. That is complete. So the website is now complete, and it will be published at the end of October. So that's another 2 weeks to go for the Tetra website to be updated. So it's going to be cool. Visuals updated, screenshots and previews of the latest build on the website ready will be live with the update. So that's at the end of October as well. So we're going to have website update and visual updates. Number three, so there's 2 more items apparently left to go. Number 3 is guides and tutorials, so the educational part. Now I cannot say this is really important. Obviously we work with a number of projects, and can tell you that we're always talking about onboarding and education, because it's easily overlooked and easily undervalued, but it's actually pretty fundamental to getting new users. A little bit along as fundamental as marketing promotion, having education and tutorial guides out there, very, very important. Clear and guides and tutorials. Now, who have we seen out in PulseChain community? They've been very good with educational and videos. We've seen Cryptographics is one of those people that have been terrific at building very nice, education and video tides. Crypto Coffee can also do that from time to time. He can be quite good with those. So there are people that out there that are pretty good communicators. Those are the sort of things that people can do as well. So promotion and marketing and education onboarding, very important there. So guides and tools, clear walkthroughs for both beginners and experienced users in progress. So obviously there are, basically the software sounds like it's done, and they're just trying to do the educational side, the onboarding side, so people actually know how to use it, because it's going to be pretty special. Number 4, limit features for initial month free trial demo in progress. So there's going to be limited features available for the initial month free trial demo. So for the first month, people are going to try it out, and there'll be limited features there. And of course, I guess they'll be able to pay for the full range features there. So the expected website updates to be live by the end of the month. A fixed launch date will then be set at that point. So once the website's updated at the end of October, there will be a launch date set with a countdown for the actual go live of the downloadable protocol. So during the demo phase, staking contract will have final preparations for publishing for full public launch there. Thanks for all your support. So that's for Tetra there. So staking coming up as well. So that's a pretty big deal. Tetra will unlock DeFi and blockchain interactions on the PulseChain for everybody. So it's going to be pretty groundbreaking. I think there are going to be a lot of strategies that be used for that as well that will help people. So I think we might see influencers come to some of that too. Could be pretty good, and smart people in the community that like to do that sort of stuff. And then, of course, this should open up Signum Oracle, which would be our first full range Oracle based on my understanding. So obviously we've got Fetch Oracle out there, but that's a telefork. It unfortunately apparently lacks a few of the features and things that people need, but the Signum is going to have that now. Presumably, they've always talked about 1 or 2 days after Tetra launches that we'll get Signum Oracle, but I suggest let's give it 2 weeks. Let's give it 2 weeks, because that's probably at least that time, because of launch one project and another project. So we'll see how that goes. Now, obviously, Signum Oracle is required to launch PUSD ALGO, and I guess a lot of other complicated projects that may be algorithmic stablecoins or DeFi that need a proper Oracle. So the Signum Oracle could unleash a lot of stuff. So we're thinking November now could be a time where we really get an unleashing there, and hopefully we'll get an update on PUSD Algo from Jacob as well once the Signum Oracle is up and running. Now, I also heard in the back channels that some other things are being worked on, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in that space. So I don't have any more details than that. So that's kind of where we are at the moment with all that, but pretty important update. And we also found out that Coinwell and Coinaki from Rack and Michelle, at least the Coinwell part of it, the big corporate stuff, the integrated DeFi protocol will be launching in early November as the target date. So early November for that. We knew it was Q4, but early November. So it's really, really important. So that is really important. And that is potentially based on some of the blues clues that Rackham's had. Now, obviously, things that you say something, but you got to sort of see the actual actions follow up. So he's also talked about a potential link into NASDAQ listing. And I think it'd be really great to see something launched from PulseChain that gets into NASDAQ listing. That would be pretty awesome. Now, we previously had the Hex Investment Trust that was going to sort of go down that path. Obviously, the SEC sort of blunted that somewhat. But they're really free to do that now. So I don't know whether we're going to get any updates on that in the future. They were pretty cool. You can also in the US, you can have targeted ROIs, ROIs, I forgot the name, but you can have that too, retirement targeted. So that could be a pretty huge opportunity too. So we'll see what happens in that space. But certainly Coinwell could be set up perfectly for trying to get into a NASDAQ listing. That'd be fantastic news. And really elevate PulseChain, not from our side of the world, not from DeFi, because that's where we live, but from TradeFi, from the old world, where all the big money is still with stock markets and everything else. So that would be pretty cool. The other thing is, it's also teased about, connections into the White House, potentially the crypto strategy there, and of course Donald Trump Jr. and things like that. So we'll see what happens with all that as well. Maybe we'll also see some Saudi money come in. That'd be pretty neat. And so we'll keep a lookout for all that sort of stuff. And we know that people are working pretty hard on all that stuff with the launch of those. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming up in the next, 6 weeks. So keep a lookout, guys. Keep a lookout. And so we might get a bit of a stablecoin boom if we can get PUSD ALGO up and and maybe one of these other projects that I just heard about that's also working on algorithmic stablecoin. Keep a watch out. We'll try and give you the details of that when we can. All right, so that is kind of cool on the markets there. Let's jump over to the final thing, which is the Treasury. And the Treasury at the moment, we've got 664 million, 161,000 ETH, and it is up 5.8% at up $36 million in the money. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that is where we are. Let's go to the market cap volume and PulseChain. So we're going to go to the big screen for this, I think, because probably a little bit easier to see. But we've got $24.7 million in volume on PulseChain last 24 hours. So pretty good. Another day in the 20 millions. We've got the best performers here. Now, I'm not endorsing any of these in particular, remember. The other thing is that we're also up near 500,000 transactions. So that's 2 days in a row. So that's kind of positive. Normally we're at 250 to 350 kind of march. So it's kind of cool. Now we've got obviously a lot of new coins. I'm not endorsing any particular of these, right? We've got they pop up from pump ties, but generally speaking. So we got PulseChain PHEN there. We got Turning Point USD, which was pretty a little tribute to Charlie Kirk that we did at the beginning, and they were up percentage wise quite nicely. So yeah, got to be careful. I haven't checked any of these coins, right? So I don't know about their safety. So take care out there. Pulse Future is also up 5 hours. That's a new one too, and that's up 61%. So we've got 3 new coins there up dominating the leaderboard there, up over 50% or so. Now getting to some of the existing projects, we've got Remember, and this is up 32% from OG WebChef. Let's have a look at that one with the Pulse version. Let's have a look at the Pulse chart. Let's see where that is actually at the moment. So yeah, we're obviously down chart, but bouncing off the bottom recently, at least the local bottom, the bottom here, and it's at 10 zeros, 4,300, gone to 10 zeros, almost 6,000 there. So there we go. A little bit of movement on the old OG WebChef stuff. We've seen a little bit of some of those tokens in those ecosystems every day sort of pop up at the top there. Firewell, pump tires, up 12, almost 13% versus most, but 10.6% at number 8 here is Firewell. And that one moved late, but now it's been really running. Look at that. It's been running hot. It moved a bit late, but it's been the one that's been moving. And it's been up 86% in the last sort of 5 days or so. So there we go. What else we got? Oink Bank making a little bit of a move here, up 6%. Unity is at 96 cents, up 5.5%. So interesting. That hasn't really been coming down that much. It was at $1.13 or so, and now is 97 cents. So it's actually holding up pretty well, is it, the old Unity? But we are expecting this to continue to go down in price because of the volume that comes out. But at the moment, it's been holding up. So I'm not sure if there's that much volume coming out right now, but certainly been holding up, and we expect that to continue to go down as more volume comes in, because it's still in phase 2 of the Unity. In fact, what day is it? Let me have a quick look, see what day it is now. Was it 1 month 20? So about 56 days. So yeah, day 88, day 89 would be when we get a lot of volume coming in, maybe day 55 or something. So we're still working there, still working towards that. Now, SolidX right now, or we'll move past that pair because versus X game, so we'll ignore that one. Most there is number 12, up 3%. A-Pin there at number 13 is up 1.6%. PTC Die, 1.5. Now, that had a little bit of a move yesterday, right? But not managing to hold up. And that was, it got to 0002100, or just almost 2200, not quite. And it's just got back down today. So it's still really looking for that recovery zone. So yeah, it's still holding up about 1800. So sort of fighting for that level. 1800 there. So it's very important that it kind of holds this level at the moment. We'll keep a lookout for that. I know Peru Banana is out there working hard on that. For Investor at $5.43, up a little bit, just under 1%. UFO just up below 1% as well, or just over 0.5%. Communist just over 0.5% as well. GoPulse at 9.4 cents, up slightly as well. World Greatest PDI printer from OG WebChef again, up slightly there for $7.57. And then we've got the Fetch Oracle I talked about earlier from USDL is 0. Pretty much flat at the moment. But I'm not aware of too many projects using it. I'm not sure who's using that or not. Maybe worth me going on the website, seeing whether I can actually see who's using it or not. Let us know if you guys know anyone that's using it. We've got Charles in the house there, says hi from Japan. Did he mention anything about the 700,000 tablets will move from charity to actual hands? So yeah, we already know in the monster thread there was 70,000 I think already gone out, but 1 million are going out by the end of the year. That's kind of the draw there. Yeah, you can check out the monster thread. There's an update around the tablets in there. All right, have you got the monster thread? We're gonna have to pull it up. Okay, we're gonna pull it up. So if you haven't seen the monster thread, it's the hottest weekly news on the PulseChain, and it's by MBS. He's the editor in chief, and it's a publication of the Kryptonite Show. Yeah, I'll copy it there, and you can check it out. So Monster 23. And I'm supposed to. I don't know what happened to the copy there, guys, but yeah, fidgety fingers, fidgety fingers there. Monster 23. So that's the PulseChain's hottest news over the last week. That's 23 weeks in a row, and it's going good, right? So the other thing with promotions and marketing is consistency, right? Consistency. So kind of cool. Now, one of the things that we felt several months ago, MBS and I were talking, and was that PulseChain lacked some publications and things, and so we talked about that. And now we've got the monster thread. It's been up and running for 23 weeks, and it's going really well, and it's doing its job, right? Doing its job. So if you want to look back on the last 23 weeks of PulseChain and know everything that happened every week that was kind of significance, then you can find it in the monster thread. It really is that cool. Really is that cool, guys. As well as some of the leading, up and coming DeFi protocols. Some of the good ones there. So check that out as well. Woohoo! We got some good stuff in there. That is it. Link. All right. So kind of cool. Let's jump away back from there. So that's pretty much everything that's at break even right now. Everything. Pulse. PTC is just below. It's just down slightly. So PTC maybe finding its bottom now. I don't know. It could be. And what else we got? Hex just down there a little bit too. So Hex is a really good pickup price now at the moment. Look at 6,900 a penny, looking pretty damn good. And EHEX as well, free from BankX, right? BankX is sold out. We got a lot of other stuff down here. Let me have a look. These are all in the red right now, but we've got Top Hat down here. Was doing pretty well on Peacock. We've got Vouch, of course, quality project now with the number one validators. We've got 4,600 validators or something like that, so doing really well. SolidX is quite a good entry price right now, $3.50. I thought it was a great entry price at $8 or $9. I thought it was a great entry price at $5. Here it's down $3.50 now. We've seen a lot of rotating, right? So that's the thing. We're into X Games and the Peacock. So, we've got a little bit of rotating, not just from SolidX, but also from other protocols as well, that have gone into some of the, Peacock and what's the other one? What I say, Vouch and things like that. So I have seen even PDC the Greys, fall into that. So we have been seeing a lot of rotations. There's a marginal rotation, right? So it's just part of the market that holds these coins, but it's enough to do some stuff. We've seen Signum had a nice little run, right? The big corporate on the old PulseChain, and this is another one. We talked about Coinwell from Rick and Michelle potentially getting Nasdaq listing and attracting institutional capital. Well, that's from the United States, but this is Signum. This could attract capital from Europe, right? So we get Europe and America, a 2-for-1 deal. We'll take that, and of course got a massive buy and burn as well, and the millions and millions, probably well in excess of 10 million as well, as my guess there. Currently at 6.4 cents, and it had a really good breakout run the last couple of days. Look at that. Woohoo. So not bad at all. Let's see where it's up at the moment. It got up as high as 68% in 8 days and is up 53% right now. Now, guys, remember that the lower the price, the more they burn. So the more they burn in here, look. So this price range, they'll be burning a lot. And so kind of cool. Now, the price at the moment has pretty much got back to the 20th of July. And these red candles in here were pretty much rotated by one big account. Now, there were a couple other significant accounts, but essentially one big account rotated out of this. Now, who was it? Well, you can, conspiracy theories are welcome there, but it certainly was pretty interesting that largely that was one account. And I think it was a page 2 account, if I remember rightly. You have to double check that, but I think it might have been a page 2. Anyway, so that's kind of where we are right now on the old Source Signum Mill. And I'm not sure if they've announced the Floyn listing yet, so that's got to be pretty close. So I need to get myself up to speed on that. So I'll try and get there on that one. All right, let's have a look here. We've got Teddy Bear down here at the moment, James Maria, X Game, just cooling off a little bit there at 3.3 cents. Obviously been one of the star performers there from Firewell. And of course, we're expecting that launch to be pretty soon, if not imminent. So that's on public testnet right now. I've already played that several times on the computer here. We've got Top Hat, of course, down here. We've got Peacock right down here, just taking a bit of profit off there right now. 13%, and it's sitting at just 1.2 cents, essentially just below there. So not too bad. And of course, we've got Zero Trust, which have been pretty popular, and Pulse Guy as well. And I think they've got an X Space coming up, haven't they? So not bad there. And we've got a couple of OG web chefs, including Sparta with the Hex DAO down there at the moment. So that is where we are right now on the old PulseChain. And yeah, we've got this new coin here with a little peacock as well, probably from Pump Tires, pumping on the markets, and that seems to be exciting for people at the moment. So the girlfriend of peacock, there we go. Anyone can make memes. Everyone's got a girlfriend except for the nerds. Now some of the rich nerds these days, they have girlfriends too, because they're nerds and they're billionaires. They sold their companies, the usual story. And diamonds are a girl's best friend, apparently. What else we got? Iron House. Woohoo! PulseChain. Yeah, got to get excited. I like that. So yeah, a rallying cry from Richard Hart today. Big thanks from Charles. You're most welcome. And we've got Frank White in the house as well. Bang, bang, Pulse Gang. Yeah, awesome. Let's bring that up, actually, Frank. Now that you're in the house. And let's bring up the PLS, the PulseChain PLS start, the PulseChain ecosystem. This is the PulseChain ecosystem. And you guys should all save it to your favorites. Frank White's taken, the Duke here to pull us out. So PulseChain ecosystem map. So if you guys are after all the different things, a lot of people say, "Oh, where's this bridge? How can I do this and that?" Well, you can find it all here on the old PLS start, right? You can find it all here on that. So let me post the link. That is the link to PLS Start Me, and it has all the stuff. So you can see it's got dexes down here. It's got PulseChain bridges and swap options. It's got on-ramp, off-ramps. It's got shopping, if you like shopping. Got privacy, of course, and that's going to be something that's going to get really big on PulseChain. You're going to see a lot happen in that space coming up. We've got aggregators, all the aggregators there, Patias, etc. We've got swapping tools. We've got dApps. We've got lending and leverage. We've got NFT marketplaces. Now, NFT marketplaces, in my view, is going to be one of the last things to move really on PulseChain. because we need a value lift. We need a value lift in the chain before I think we get a lot of NFT booms. We've also seen in the block explorer that Richard Hart recently launched a tracking mapping of layer 2, people are calling it, with the 404 contracts. So we're going to keep a lookout for that too. We know what Richard has up his sleeve. PulseChain block explorers, we've got those as well. Liquidity staking, we've got Hexco, everything around the Hex ecosystem, including derivative sites. And of course, we had the trio, matured yesterday, the 3-year Maximus perpetuals. So you got the link to that at the moment. So that's kind of cool. And I think there's 1 week window, as someone said yesterday, 1 week window for that. So that's coming up. We've got other tools, a whole ton of range of boutique tools potentially, kind of cool. And we've got what else there? Wallets, including internet money. We've got charts and trackers in there as well. We've got LP Farms. Now, LP Farms has been a big deal. We've been talking about it a lot over the last couple of months because it's been some of the best innovation and value offerings on the chain. And especially while the chain, the asset prices have been down. We talked about Emmett Farm, Function Island, Vox, PulseChain Farms. Who have I forgotten there? Did I say Emmett Farms? I think I did. Nexian Farms, Axel Lending, I guess, is Quasi Farm. So we've been talking about all that too. These have all been some of the hottest action lately. Frank Weiss says, amazing overview. Thank you. You're most welcome, Frank. And thank you for putting it together. So yeah, we got token list sites down here, all the token list sites, including pump tires. There's lots of sites you can actually do launch pads on in PulseChain, not just pump tires. So yeah, you can definitely do that. And Nexian has that. There's a lot of stuff has it. Pulse Coin List has it. There's lots of places you can launch tokens on PulseChain. Telegram trading bots, of course, Solid Trader, and because we've got that at the top of the post, right? So if you go to my profile, you can find Solid Trader at the top there, and you can get hold of that too and join up. In fact, I'll give you the link. Let's do it live. I'll do the link, but that is the link right now. Let me plug it up. But the Crypto Night Show, join up and get your trader bot. It is really fun. Now, when I say trading, you don't have to trade. You can just invest using the bot, right? You can use the bot as investment. You don't necessarily have to be a trader or whatever. You can actually use it to buy and sell your investments. It's more of a long-term play, but that's something you can do. So I'll just add that in the chat there underneath the X on X, Solid Trader. Trader, I guess, what should I say? Join Solid Trader. Very, very popular, very, very super duper. You can limit orders, shorts and longs, all sorts of stuff if you are doing trading. But if you're just doing investing, it's super fast bot. Very, very useful there. So check it out. And you can set up your own coins on Telegram. Bam, there it is. And I'll post a link to that as well in the on the chat here. And of course, this is part of the X game and Firewhales ecosystem, right? For SolidX. So it's all part of that. Now, there is referrals fees in it that people can earn. So if you share it around, you could get referrals. But the big thing about that is a lot of the referrals haven't been paid out yet. So they've been accumulating. I think they've been accumulating for when X game goes live. So an X game could go live tomorrow, the next day. It's very, very close, guys, I think, for the X game going live. So I think that's going to cause a lot of excitement. And it could be the first viral game on PulseChain. Now, at the moment, we've got 2 top-tier games from my point of view that are fully operational. Well, actually, let's say one's fully operational. We've got Gladiator games, but the X game is about to be. It's fully operational on the testnet, but it's about to go live in terms of being actual money. So keep a lookout for that. But as a Solid Trader, and I think that's going to be of increasing use moving forward. So a lot of advantages there using the X game ecosystem Solid Trader, which is actually really top tier. Definitely check it out. Now, in the post that I've got in the pinned at the top there, I've actually got all the videos there if you want to work out how it works. See all the videos? That's from the official team showing you how to use all the different features in Solid Trader. So if you want a how-to, that is the place to be, right? That is the place to be. Right, some good stuff there. All right, what else are we going to say? Is that what we're up to? Yeah, Peeler Start. So we've got all that, trading bots, community chats as well. Including DeFi Prince, Royal Lounge. I really like those guys. And the Crypto Night Show's on there. That's nice. So check us out there. Follow there. We've got centralized exchanges and we've got paid sponsors in there as well. So nice to see some sponsorships from Function Island through to who else? Emmett Farm, PulseChain Store, Nexian, Radon, Vouch. I mean, some good ones in there. So a big shout out to Frank White on the Peeler Start Me. PulseChain's ecosystem map, and probably I know it's probably going to be the most comprehensive one out there now. Probably I know that CoinList has ecosystem map. I'm not sure how much they update that. It's pretty good, but this is a normal one, and it's pretty much updated. So it's probably at the front cutting edge of PulseChain ecosystem maps now. So if you do save it to your favorites, pretty important there. So that is the map for the PulseChain, and that is the solid trader for trading. So it's pretty awesome. Frank says it's a lot of fun to keep up with. Yeah, because Frank's got to be knowing what projects are launching and keep up with all that too. So basically, I mean, I do it to a big degree, but Frank White's got to do it, as close to 100% as he can to keep that thing up. And boy, has it grown, Frank, isn't it grown? This thing is like 2 times the size when I first looked at it. Probably 2, maybe even 3 times the size. I mean, it's way bigger than it used to be, and pretty cool. Now, in our Discord, we have a whole link. We had a whole link to a whole ton of ecosystem maps, because as you guys know, I was covering when PulseChain launched. I was covering all the launches on the chain. It was something particularly special to this channel. I was covering all the launches and one after another, and we've had a good time there. So yeah, and we're about to go through. We've had some good stuff this year, but we're about to go through some pretty big launches in the next 6 weeks. So it could be a lot of fun on PulseChain. So yeah, we've got promotional iPads going out with Richard Art leading the way. We've got some quality projects launching, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so that's pretty much it. How we're doing for time? An hour and 16. I think it's time to finish. I think that's perfect. We did a perfect time. So hooray to us! Hooray to us! I'm going to give one honorable mention before I go though, and that is Gladiator Games has got their they got their midweek tournament on. So I think that's down here somewhere. They were on live stream too with Triple Dad and Fast Abdul. So it was pretty cool. You should go and watch that. Maybe I'll post that link in the chat there as well. I think I reposted it on X, so I don't have to do that. But that is Gladiator Games on live stream. So Gladiator Games really starting to pick up pace here, guys. It really is something to check out, because it's our first full top tier game running on PulseChain, and they have massive prizes every weekend and during the week now. So huge cash prizes there on the PulseChain. So kind of cool. We even had Jason the Dev in there, and of course MVS Crypto Tournament Champ in there as well. Now, what I was going to talk about was midweek tournament starts. So it launches at 5 p.m. CST time, 11 p.m. UTC. It's going to last 24 hours. Everyone fights on equal footing, so you can. Everyone's going to be the same. You're not going to have to worry about armor and stuff. And then there's going to be $20 cash prize, $15 and $10 for the midweek one. And then top 10 will get silver worth $10 each as well. You must battle 10 times to qualify. So that's kind of cool from the team. So that is Gladiator Games, which is pretty cool. So check it out. That is on the Telegram now. Not bad. Not bad there. So nice. We've got some good stuff happening here. All right. So kind of cool. I think that's it for that. We've got Hog coming in at the end. Big shout out to Heartwood Dog. Yeah, Heartwood Dog. Let's go find Heartwood Dog while they're in. They just jumped in. So let's check them out as the last farewell there for Heartwood Dog. And yeah, they had chapter 14 at the end of season 1 come out. So you got to check that out. It was awesome. 14 chapters in that season 1. And they got more stuff coming. Look at this stuff. Cool. This looks like a little bit of a teaser for their next they got a mini series on Somi. And I think, was it Pikachu coming out as well? And it looks like a little teaser stuff there. Look at that. Little teasers coming out. These guys are clever. What PulseChain fan would you love to get your opinion? Anime manga series. We have both English and Japanese voice actor for the samples below. I don't know what people have said, but if they're speaking English but they got a Japanese accent, it's going to be kind of cool. So maybe Japanese. I don't know. We got English is winning. Okay, cool. Okay, I lost that one, but that's my vote. It's done. So kind of cool. Heartwood Dog on the move. PulseChain's got an anime series. Can you believe it? On the chart. I think that's incredible. So keep up the good work there. Heartwood Dog, awesome stuff. Check out the anime series, guys. It is epic, and it's got a lot of your favorite influencers and community people in it, as well as celebrities. So not bad. And project teams, project team characters as well. So I think that's it from Richard right now. So Richard with his X-Storm, pretty amazing. The king is back, as they say. The king of PulseChain, at least. All right, that is the mark. All right, so what else there? I think we've got some comments there. Frank White says, good morning to Heartwood Dog. And we got haha English with English accent. Yeah. Well, there's different English accents, right? So I'm a Kiwi. I speak English, and I got a Kiwi accent. If you're in Britain, you get a British accent. I guess Britain's the home of English, isn't it? So there we go. But English itself is like a mixed language, right? It's got like French and German and stuff in it. It's like a real mishmash. And of course, I don't know if you look back in the past, but if you go back to the original English, it's like real, like 15th century. It's like you wouldn't even think of it as English. It's like some foreign language. So I don't know. It's pretty weird. Pretty weird. If you go back and look at that, it's kind of crazy. But English is a easy language to learn. I think there's 5 levels to language. I think the Chinese is like level 5, like the hardest or something. Hopefully, I'm getting the right in. And English is like a level 1. That's why it's so easy for people to learn English. There are always a few weird stuff in each language, but English is pretty easy, as opposed to I think Chinese has like 5 tones. Is it 5 tones? You got to move your tongue around different ways to make tones, so it's a lot more difficult. And so yeah, it's this way it is. That's why English is the international language. It's nice and easy to learn, and there's actually amalgamation of languages, so it's not it's not like it's one fits all. I would say it's a neutral US accent, says Heartwood Dog. Yeah. So it'll be more like this. I'll try and do an American accent, shall I? Now, there's obviously different accents in America too. There's 50 states, so it's pretty broad. But it'd be like, typically if you're going to try and do an American accent, you're totally trying to do it like a California. That's kind of what I'm always used to. It would be like a valley girl or valley guy. But it'd be pretty crazy. Let me see. Let's see if I can do it. Hey, you guys, you want to go down to McDonald's? How about that? It's kind of is that American? Is that how it sounds? I'm gonna get in trouble now. I'm getting in trouble. Hey, you guys! I'm gonna get in trouble for my American accent. Now it's starting to sound like a more southern drawl, isn't it? More southern drawl, or it'd be like, like I can't even do it now because I'm laughing. I'm laughing myself silly. All right, we're going to finish the show, guys, before I get rug pulled by the US government. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it, and remember, you just never know. Promote was the message from Richard today, and it could be pretty fun. Promote, and you just never know what might happen, right? You just never know what might happen. This could happen. All right, take care. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll catch you then. Enjoy. Nice little prices to pick up at the moment on PulseChain. Accumulate those big bags so that you guys are the big whales when it really pumps. And maybe, just maybe, we might see this. Maybe after people out there promoting, we might just see one of those. You just never know. You
could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
So you might see one of those. You just never know. But promote. That is what the boss says. So get out there, folks, and spread the word. It is time. Accumulate, hodl those bags, and promote. And let's see if we can see the market start to rise on PulseChain. Very, very important there. Just to mention it, we got Dribble says, I love the American accent, says Dribble. Yeah, I'll try and do it better next time. We got Fast Abdul in there. I'm here for the tech. Good shout out there, Fast Abdul. And a nice interview there with Jason and MVS for the Gladiator games. That was pretty awesome. And of course, the Monster Thread has just been put out yesterday. And so yesterday, was it 2 days ago now? 2 days ago. So don't forget to read that as well. That's pretty awesome. So keep up the great work there. All right, and Fast Abdul's got a lot of projects he's working on. So yeah, we're gonna have a project boom in the towards the end of the year, I think, on the old PulseChain. So we're gonna have a project boom. Hopefully, we'll have a marketing boom, and we'll have a price boom. How about that? Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now.